They call him the Prince of Darkness, the Godfather of Heavy Metal, a madman. His name is Ozzy Osbourne. For over 50 years, Ozzy has been a force of nature, a cultural phenomenon whose story is as wild as his music. Born John Michael Osbourne in 1948 in the tough working-class neighborhood of Aston, Birmingham, life was never easy. 6 kids, 2 bedrooms, and parents working around the clock. Ozzy grew up poor but surrounded by love and music. He struggled in school, battling undiagnosed dyslexia and feeling like a misfit. Music became his escape. The Beatles' She Loves You was his lightning bolt moment. Ozzy knew he wanted to be a rock star, even if it seemed impossible for a kid with no qualifications and a string of dead-end jobs. He tried plumbing, factory work, even a stint in a slaughterhouse. Nothing fit. After a brief spell in prison for burglary, Ozzy realized he needed a new path. That path was music, his only hope, his one true calling. Against all odds, he clung to his dream. The world would soon hear his voice, a sound that would define a generation. Ozzy's journey from the grey streets of Aston to global stardom is a story of survival, reinvention, and pure rock and roll. He didn't just want to escape, he wanted to change the world. And he did. In the industrial heart of Birmingham, Ozzy placed a simple ad: Ozzy Zig needs gig. Guitarist Tony Iommi, drummer Bill Ward, and bassist Geezer Butler answered the call. Together, these 4 working-class lads would become Black Sabbath. They started with blues covers but craved something darker, music that reflected their gritty reality. Inspired by horror films, they set out to create music that could scare people. The name Black Sabbath, borrowed from a Boris Karloff film, marked a new direction. Iommi's down-tuned guitar, Butler's occult lyrics, and Ward's thunderous drumming set the stage for Ozzy's haunting vocals. Ozzy wasn't just a singer, he was a wild, primal frontman who connected with the audience's angst. When Black Sabbath's debut dropped in 1970, critics scoffed, but the kids heard a revolution. Heavy metal was born and Ozzy was its unmistakable voice. He was the outsider who gave a generation its anthem. The world would never sound the same. Black Sabbath's debut album hit like a thunderclap in 1970. Dark, heavy, and unlike anything before. The critics didn't get it, but fans did. Sabbath had tapped into a new kind of rebellion. That same year they released Paranoid. Recorded in days, it became their defining work. The title track, War Pigs and Iron Man, became anthems for a generation disillusioned by war and technology. Geezer Butler's lyrics and Tony Iommi's riffs set the blueprint for heavy metal. Ozzy's voice, raw, desperate and powerful, cut through the darkness. Their third album, Master of Reality, pushed the sound even heavier, inspiring entire subgenres of metal. Ozzy was the human element in the sonic storm, delivering Sabbath's dark prophecies with chilling conviction. Black Sabbath didn't just play hard rock, they invented heavy metal. Ozzy became the face of a movement, the Prince of Darkness leading his legion. His presence was magnetic, his voice unforgettable. The world of music had changed forever, and Ozzy was at the center of it all. Success brought chaos. Fame, drugs, and creative clashes tore Black Sabbath apart. By 1979, Ozzy was out, fired from the band he helped create. Lost and spiraling, he nearly destroyed himself in a haze of drink and drugs. Enter Sharon Arden. She saw Ozzy's potential, took over his management, and helped him rebuild. With her support, Ozzy formed a new band and met guitar prodigy Randy Rhoads. Their chemistry was electric. Together, they launched Ozzy's solo career with Blizzard of Oz in 1980. Crazy Train and Suicide Solution became instant hits, re-establishing Ozzy as a rock powerhouse. No longer just the ex-Sabbath singer, Ozzy was a star in his own right. His solo albums, Diary of a Madman, No More Tears, went multi-platinum. He'd risen from the ashes, bigger than ever. Ozzy proved everyone wrong. The Prince of Darkness was unstoppable. His legend only grew. Ozzy's solo years were wild, biting the head off a bat on stage doves at a record meeting. His antics became legend. The chaos only fueled his appeal. Fans loved his raw, unpredictable energy. Behind the madness, Ozzy and Sharon became a power couple, steering his career with savvy and resilience. Then in the 2000s, Ozzy reinvented himself again, this time on TV. MTV's The Osbournes turned the Prince of Darkness into a household name. Audiences saw a new side, a loving, if bewildered, father and husband. The show was a smash, winning an Emmy and introducing Ozzy to a new generation. Suddenly, he was more than a rock icon. He was a pop culture phenomenon. Ozzy's fame reached new heights, from the Hollywood Walk of Fame to the White House. He proved that even the wildest rock star could become a beloved celebrity. The world couldn't get enough of Ozzy. Ozzy Osbourne's influence is immeasurable. As Black Sabbath's voice, he helped invent heavy metal. As a solo artist, he kept evolving. Bands from Metallica to Slipknot cite him as a key influence. Ozzy's resilience is legendary. He's battled addiction, accidents and illness, including Parkinson's. Yet he endures, inspiring fans with his defiance and spirit. He's a living legend, loved by metalheads and mainstream audiences alike. Ozzy gave a voice to outsiders and rebels everywhere. His story is proof that rock and roll can change lives and the world. From Birmingham's factories to global stardom, Ozzy's journey is a wild ride that's far from over. So crank up Paranoid or Blizzard of Oz and celebrate the Prince of Darkness. Ozzy's reign continues louder than ever.